All right, good morning. Ryan with Southeastern Craft Supply here. Wanted to bring you in, bring you up to speed on what we've been working on. We've actually continued to add some new products, which we're going to talk about this morning. And we've actually come up with a brand new way to decorate apparel. Specifically, we're going to be using some dye sublimation materials. So I want to bring you in today, show you about dye sublimation, show you what we've done to simplify the operation, and kind of give you an outline of the process. Later on this week, we'll be adding dye sublimation patterns. You'll be able to use these on your cricket or silhouette just like you use our standard heat transfer material. So I got Bart behind the camera. He's going to bring you in so we can show you what's going on. This is Angeli Gray. It is a pattern that we offer in heat transfer currently. This is actually printed dye sublimation. So you notice here the colors, this is actually the fuchsia and blue. Actually, I think it's called salmon. And you'll notice it's kind of matte and washed out. On the back of it is actually a mirror finish. So what we're going to do, we have our silhouette mat here. I'm going to take, this is exactly what you're going to get with dye sublimation. So I'm going to take the 12-inch by 12-inch sheet. I'm going to put it on my mat. Just press it down. And we're actually going to cut this just like we do standard heat transfer. So what I mean, we're going to cut it in mirror. We're just going to change the settings a little bit, which I'm going to outline now. So we'll take our mat. We got the silhouette over here. We're going to go ahead and load it in. Okay, we got it loaded. On our silhouette software here, what we're going to do is we're going to mirror our design. So you see I've got 3 SEC monograms here. They're in mirror. I'm going to go into the settings here, and we're going to do another video to outline this, but I wanted to show you real quick. We're going to come into the cut settings. We're actually going to come over here, and for our material type, we're going to go in and we're going to actually use the printable magnetic setting. So if we look here, that's going to set our blade to 4, our speed to 1, our thickness to 30, and we're going to turn on the double cut. Okay? Once I've done that, we'll go ahead and send it over. So that's going to do its cut. It's actually going to cut everything twice there. While that's going, I wanted to bring you over and show you, we've also got a couple of new colors of glitter. This is all new Caesar glitter. This is the true blue. Okay. We have the new mint glitter. And this one's really cool. This is called rainbow white. I don't know if you can see that there. It's got kind of a confetti look to it. A real nice addition to the line. So at this point with our glitters, we have all the colors that Caesar offers, and they're all in 12 by 20 sheets. They're perfect for your cricket or silhouette. We'll add these 3 new colors to the website. Hopefully by this afternoon you'll be able to order them. And they'll be quantity discounted just like our regular glitter sheets. So you can add these. A lot of people might not be aware our glitter sheets are mix and match colors. So when you see those quantity discounts on those, it's actually mix and match. So to get to the 5 quantity discount, you can do 3 reds and 2 blacks and you'll still get the 5 quantity discount. We removed the glitter 5 packs just because we were having to get you to specify what colors you needed. So now you just go through, select the colors you need, add it to your cart, and then when you get to your cart, you'll see that quantity discount for all the glitter sheets you've selected. So Bart, if you'll come back in here, you see our cuts finishing up. Grab a pair of scissors while that finishes up.
Sales line 2.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and unload our sheet. We're going to remove it from our carrier there, our mat. So now what we have, I don't know if you can see this, but we have 3 of our logos, okay? And they're all cut in reverse or mirror. So this is just like you would with our pattern heat transfer vinyl. We're going to handle this the same way as well. This film is really rigid and thick, but what you can do, come to the corner. If you pick at it just a little bit, you'll see that it's got, you have the mirror side and you have the clear liner. What we want to do is we'll peel it back and you see it actually kind of pops and breaks away. Okay, so that's going to be scrap. And we're actually weeding out the parts that we do not want to transfer, just like you would standard easy weed, any of our patterns. Okay, see, it weeds out really nice. If you have a spot that didn't cut all the way through, just kind of press it and it'll pop for you. Okay, so that's the front. If you're looking at it, you can see the pattern side, but what you want to do is flip it over, look at the mirror side, and you can see on the mirror side we have our right reading text, SEC monogram, okay, with our pattern on the back. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to come over to our heat press, and you'll see a couple of different settings here. We have our heat press is set to actually 380, so you want to set your heat press to 380. Okay, you want to set your time to 45, and I'm working with a medium pressure here. Okay, so what I have now is I have a couple of protective sheets. If you have these are great to use for dye sublimation because we're using so much heat here. I have what we're going to offer here. This is just a mini T. Okay, the important thing to remember with dye sublimation is, first of all, you need to have a light or a white colored garment because we're just going to transfer the ink. Secondly, the most important thing, it needs to be polyester. So we found that 100% polyester works the best. You can also use a 50-50 cotton polyester blend, but for best results with dye sublimation, you want to go with 100% polyester. And you'll be surprised if you start looking at tags how many items are 100% polyester now. It's becoming more and more popular, especially with your athletic wear. So on the website, we're going to add these mini tees, and we're going to do a starter kit. So you're going to get a couple of sheets of the dye sublimation prints of your choice. You're going to get a mini tee, and we also have these little bags for practice too. So it's a little bag, a little tee. They both come with hangers so you can practice with it. So again, 380 on the heat press. We're running 40 to 45 seconds. We're going to put it right reading, silver side up. So now my print is facing down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I'm going to take my protective sheets. I'm going to lay this over the top. This isn't absolutely necessary, but we have found that the protective sheets do a good job at making sure that everything stays nice and flat. And you can see through them. These are actually the Caesar protective sheets, but you can see and make sure your image is properly aligned there. I'm going to go ahead and drop this down. And we're going to go for 45 seconds. Quite a bit longer than what you're going to do for your standard heat transfer at a much higher temperature than you're doing as well, because we're actually, the only thing we're going to transfer is actually the dye directly into the polyester fabric. So it's going to have a great hand. You're not going to have any, there's not going to be any feel to it. When you're doing standard heat transfer, you know, no matter how thin it is, you can always feel the material on the shirt. We're going to get away from this. We're going to get away from that with this. One thing I want to do too, while that's counting down, we're going to include on the next few orders, we have Easy Weed stretch samples. So you'll start to see these. If you're not familiar with stretch, it's going to give you an opportunity to use it. This is a Caesar product, some brand new colors. You'll get a free sample of these in your orders in the coming weeks. So just be aware that product's out. Okay, I'm going to pull the protective covers away. All right, so a couple things with this shirt. First of all, it's going to be extremely hot. Okay, I want to take a look. You notice where it was silver before, it's actually gone, and you can see the print through the silver side now. So that tells us we've got it up to the temperature needed for dye sublimation, and we've got a good transfer. If I go and peel this away now, you can see the back side of that image is much, much lighter. And on the shirt, we have a much brighter print than what we had on the original transfer. So cool thing about this is going to be wash fast. You'll have no problem with this coming out. And also you get some really, really vibrant colors. I don't know if it's showing up very well in camera, but there's also no hand to this, meaning there's nothing there. There's no vinyl, there's no anything. Only the ink is transferred. So if you're new to dye sub, we're going to put this up on the website. It's going to be a dye sub starter pack. We're going to add a tab to the top, and we'll direct you towards that once we get it added at the end of the week. But just be aware, this is going to be all new. To our knowledge, nobody is doing dye sub for the home craft market. So a lot of the stuff you see out there, athletic jerseys, are dye sublimated. But I think we're the first ones to be able to come to the craft market and offer you a solution for dye sub that you can cut on your silhouette and cricket. So more information about this to come. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.